Hello and welcome to our next session on the hygrometers. We saw in the previous session that what is hygrometer, where humidity changes, the physical properties, chemical properties and electrical property of material, and these changes will be utilized to design our transducers for measuring the humidity. And the device used to measure the humidity, that is known as hygrometer. We saw in the previous session capacitive humidity sensor, optical hygrometer, then resistive humidity sensor, and thermal conductivity humidity sensor. Let us go ahead with another term, that is aluminum oxide hygrometer. So the name indicates that we'll be using the aluminum oxide for detection of humidity. Here you see one arrangement where some gold electrodes are shown, then aluminium base electrodes are shown, then porous side and porous base is shown to absorb the humidity. Very easy construction to understand, where we know, like by chemistry, aluminium has aluminum is affected by the humidity, and the dielectric constant and resistance both will change for the aluminium. So aluminium is there as a one electrode, and the gold layer will be utilized as another electrode. That anodized aluminium is coated with the aluminium oxide, that we will be using as one electrode. And another electrode is porous for absorbing the air vapor mixture. Then it will change in the capacitance and resistance both of the material. The material is obviously aluminium oxide based, and due to humidity, the capacitance and resistance will change. This will be will be affecting the overall value of the impedance. Impedance Z is equal to under root R square plus X square, where here we will be talking about R and XC capacitive reactance. So this change will be obviously in the total value of impedance. And again, one AC bridge will be utilized to detect the change in the value of impedance, and that will the output, unbalanced millivoltage output, will be amplified and will be calibrated in terms of relative humidity. The another is hair hygrometer. As I said in the previous session, this was invented in the very early years, somewhere in the Italy. The principle is very simple. Like we talk about the human hair. So human hair, or say animal membranes, or say wood or paper, these are all organic material. They will have change in their linear dimensions when it is subjected to moisture, or it absorbs the moisture from the surrounding air. We have experienced that in our hair. If it is a dry atmosphere, the hair fall is increased. Even in humid atmosphere, the property of our hair is changed. But here we are talking about the linear dimensions, and now obviously we will not be able to measure the linear dimensions of our own hair, because it will be very small change, but that change will be amplified and detected by the spatial techniques. So this change in the linear dimensions will be used as the measure of humidity present in the air. You see here, this was the initial version of hair hygrometer, where the hair is tied with one pointer, and as it changes in linear dimensions, that pointer will move on the scale, and one temperature measurement device is also given. At certain temperature, what is the humidity that you can detect. And as I said, it was observed in Italy 1794 to 1826. Okay. So let us try to understand the basic fundamental of hair hygrometer. The human hair is arranged in a parallel form. Number of hair, like a bundle will be created between the one fixed part, and another is the movable, so that will be exposed to the air in the atmosphere. Now, this is the part of hair that I have made encircled. Then this hair arrangement is placed under a small tension by the use of tension spring to ensure proper functioning, like a stretching of the hair in proper manner. So that tension spring shown here. The hair arrangement is connected to an arm, which is shown here with the linked with the pointer at one end. And as pointer sweeps over the calibrated scale of humidity when hair arrangement absorbs the moisture, so obviously linear dimension will be changed of the that hair arranged in the near the arm, which is connected to in form of bunch. So this way we will measure on the calibrated scale. Obviously it has some limitations. It is little bit slow in the response, and this hygrometer is constantly used. Then the elasticity of the material, elastic material, say hair or animal membranes or paper or wood, will be changed. And again it is needed to calibrate because calibration points will be changed. So this is to be remembered. The next is hydrometer. Hydrometer, obviously, it talks about the water. So hydrometer is another version. Say we are not talking about the humidity or moisture here. We are talking about the relative density of liquids based on the concept of buoyancy. So let us see what is that. Here you see one diagram is shown where the base is little bit wide and some scales are shown where something is showing mass, something is showing density, the density of water, density of the liquid under the measurement. Okay. So this one, the practical hydrometer I am showing you. It has a triple scale and which will read specific gravity. It will also read the Belling degree. Here Belling degree means the content of the salt. Usually the Belling degree is utilized to check the content of sugar, and alcohol content can be detected in terms of say -2 to +22% here. You see the entire arrangement. Actually, the hygrometer is the first diagram that you see, and next to that one scale diagram is shown, and one vessel is taken in that water content is there or liquid is there, in which the this hydrometer is balanced. So let us try to understand how actually it works. As I have shown in the previous slide, first two diagram remains same. And what happens here? A sealed hollow glass tube, which is on the wider bottom, that is portion for the buoyancy, for the deflecting freely in the liquid. A blast such as made up of say lead or mercury for stability, and a narrow stem which is with a graduation for the measuring. This one I have shown with the encircle, that is blast with the lead or mercury, then the narrow stem for the measurement. Now, how to do it? Once again, let us see the original picture. The liquid under test is poured into a tall container, often the graduated cylinder, when you can see how much content you have poured in. Then the way we put that hydrometer inside that, that will be balancing, and the point at which the surface of the liquid touches the stem correlate to relative density. Let me go to the previous slide where I will show that idea. Here you see human eye is shown to detect the liquid which is being stable at certain level of hydrometer scale. So this point will indicate the relative density, and as I said, it contains some few other scales, the properties correlating to density. Now, what is the use of hydrometer? Hydrometer basically is all about the liquid. So we did not talk which liquid we are talking about. So based on the type of liquid, the hydrometers are calibrated for the different uses. So if you talk about the acid, it will have different density. If you talk about milk, it will have different density. So for different usages, we will be using the hydrometers. So here the list is acidometer. Obviously, we'll talk about the density of acid. Then alcoholometer, which will be used in the wine industry very popularly. Then battery hydrometer, then barcometer, then lactometer for the milk, then salinometer to check the density of certain salt, and urinometer for the medical purpose to assess the density of the urine for certain disease detection. So here we have seen different kinds of hygrometers in the first session. In the second session, we also saw one aluminum oxide hygrometer and hair hygrometer, and in addition to that, another device we studied, that is hydrometer. So after having this much, I believe you will have a very clear idea about the density measurement of the liquid and the humidity measurement with basic terms like absolute humidity and relative humidity. If you have any doubt, you can please contact us in the description by making comment. Till then, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next session. Thank you.